Abolition movement started in the 18th century in Britain, a little after 1789, and was the first mass philanthropic movement in Britain. Participants in this movement included literary genius of those days, who were Aulad Equinox and Ignatius Sancho, supported by such grandiose laureates as L. Sterne and S. Johnson. During this mass movement, many writers outlandishingly published stories conveying the brutality of slavery and testimonials of courage shown by the black and colored people in the face of tragedy and despair. Most of them used the calm reasoning and heartfelt appeals whenever slavery was enforced upon them, though some of them religiously used forgiveness as a weapon to bind and engage the diverse leaders to the cause of the movement. Creative expression as a belief system was also developed, demanding same rights for black people as there existed for the white man in Britain. As an after effect of the abolition movement, many ex-slaves started publishing memoirs. The notables included Ocasio Groniaso, Cugano of Evil and Wicked Traffic, John Gia of Unparalleled Suffering, and Mary Prince, History of Mary Prince, a West Indian slave, published in 1831. Most of these people were self-educated and had consciously moved away from the lifestyle in the holds of slave ships to the articulate and creative medium of English literature. Mary Seacol's work reminds everybody of a black woman's experience of a male-dominated society who had bitter experience in Crimea while serving nursing duties for the British troops. In the contemporary world, Selvan, who is a Trinidadian laureate, in his work The Lonely Londoners, published in 1963, takes us to the grand historical sites of London, and in one of his fine works, he exemplifies exceptional fictionalized travel writing, though sometimes in West Indian creolized English. Contemporary black British literature continues to rework slave narratives from the abolition movement, reimagining the experience of slavery as a silent reality, imbibing into the immigrants' cultural background. In the novels of both V.S. Naipaul, A Home for Mr. Biswas, 1961, and Lakshmi Prasad's Butterfly in the Wind, what is remembered is none other than the lives of thousands of laborers who were shipped to work in the Caribbean plantations in the 19th century. Black British literature is largely conveyed in an autobiographic mode, quite often stitching graph fiction as a means to deliver self-confessions. In that foray, quite a lot might agree the unbelonging that happens in degraded urban landscape, quite often revealing such themes as loneliness and empathy, traversing at a discord the plots of harassment and exploitation. Many of these revelations make the black British literature rich only because the black writers remain passionately conscious of their slave past and the aftermath of abolition movement that still follows them everywhere around. Needless to add, this has conveyed many different things for the English reader, which includes continuously giving the perception of a British society that is racially determined and religiously wise.